Hey everyone, Philippa here. I'm sorry if this is an awkward time for some of you for me to go live, but I know that most people catch these things on the replay later. Anyway, so hi, what a beautiful day it is out here in Rongonui today. We spent the morning in the park and now we're at home. I have something I want to just share with you. I'll start first with the concept that I already knew about, right? So the title of this is Just 5 Seconds. I had known for a while that according to the research, when we have the impulse to do something, we have just 5 seconds within which to act, or our brain's fear sort of response can take over if it's something that we're not too keen to do, and the benefit of that impulse is lost and we're very unlikely to do it, right? So say you're a runner. I know runners who know this concept because they say the hardest part of going for a run is getting your shorts on, right? When they have the impulse, oh, I ought to go for a run, they've just kind of got to take the impulse and throw those running shorts and shoes on and get going. And once they're in, it's fine. And they will probably enjoy themselves, right? But this applies to everything, the 5-second rule. And when I became aware of this, that changed things for me a bit, because I don't know about you, but I'm the sort of person who hesitates a lot and procrastinates a lot. And I have been that way for as long as I can remember. And it turns out that these things are sort of habits, right? So it changed a lot for me because instantly I understood that if I had an impulse to do something that I knew I really ought to do, that I had to act quickly while I still had the gumption, right? But just recently, I've also come across speaker and author, I'm not sure that's how she describes herself, but that's how I'm going to describe her, Mel Robbins. I don't know if any of you have heard of her, maybe. She seems pretty cool. We came across her and she has developed this concept massively. So the brief version of her story is life sort of turned a bit upside down for them, for her and her family, when she was about 41, I believe. Go and find her story on YouTube. It's really, really interesting. Quite gripping, really. And she found herself sort of stuck in a rut and stumbled across the whole 5-second thing on her own, essentially, one day because she'd seen something, she'd seen a NASA rocket launch or something, and she thought to herself, now, you know, I struggle to get out of bed every morning. Tomorrow morning I'm just going to go and I'm going to launch like a rocket. You really have to hear this from her because it's way better when she tells it. It is on YouTube. Go find it after you finish watching me, please. And so what she did was she developed for herself this 5-second rule. She actually counts down from 5, right? So when she has an impulse to do something that she knows she ought to do, she counts down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and goes, right? A bit like they do when they launch a rocket. It's also used in all sorts of other contexts, so go and listen to her, or even better buy her book, because she'll explain how other people, coaches in the military and people like that, have been using this for a long time in order to coordinate groups of people, or, you know, just help people launch into the next thing, whatever. Anyway, I found it fascinating. And I can really see the value in it. And once she discovered it for herself, she never intended to share it. Well, I thought this was a great part of her story also. It was her own quiet little secret trick to help herself to do the things that she knew she ought to do. But somewhere along the line, she must have decided that she would share. I believe it was after she went into the research and she discovered what the real reasons are for this trick working. Basically something to do with counting down interrupts the habit center that's often in control of us hitting the snooze button a million times in the morning, or you know, those sorts of things, and also activates the prefrontal cortex. And in moving what we're about to do from the habit center, where our brain just wants to do the same thing that we've generally done in the past, to the prefrontal cortex, that gives us the ability to take action more easily. Anyway, I think this is an awesome concept and should take this whole 5-second window to act on an impulse to a whole other level. Now, she has put this in a book. It's called The 5-Second Rule, and again, her name is Mel Robbins. And really, I just wanted to get on here to give you the quick rundown and encourage you to go and find her on social media or YouTube, or buy her book and find out all about it for yourself. I don't have a copy of the book yet because this is something that we've just discovered, and my husband's been watching her YouTube videos too, and he's really intrigued. So needless to say, The 5-Second Rule by Mel Robbins is going on our must-buy book list. That's all I have for you today. Feel free to share if you think that you might have friends who'd be interested to hear this too. Thank you for the likes. And I will catch you guys another day. Thanks for watching.